Today we're going to practice how to say, someone is doing something now. The te form that we practiced several lessons back is a vital part of this expression, so let's review it first. First, use the te form of the verb for see to ask for permission. Ask, may I see this? Go ahead.
これを見てもいいですか? これを見てもいいですか?
Next, use the te form to ask someone to sit down.
座ってください。座ってください。
This time, use the te form of the verb for read and ask, is it all right for me to read this?
これ読んでもいいですか? これ読んでもいいですか?
Did you remember that the verb for read is one that forms its te form in de? Then this time, say, please read this.
これを読んでください。これを読んでください。
Did that help bring back the te form? Well then, let's watch part of the skit in which today's new pattern with the te form is used.
グラウンドでは今、選手が練習をしています。スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。グラウンドでは今、選手が練習をしています。スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。
Perhaps that sounded a little long, but actually it's made up of two sentences. Let's listen to the first sentence again.
グラウンドでは今、選手が練習をしています。グラウンドでは今、選手が練習をしています。
On this board, we've indicated the ground and the players and their practice with pictures. The whole thing means on the field, the players are now practicing. How about the second sentence? Here, with pictures, we have represented the stands and Taro and Midori and the players' practice. What does it mean?
スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。
Can you guess the meaning? This second sentence means in the stands, Taro and Midori are watching the players practice. I think you've grasped the main point by now. Both these sentences deal with something that is happening now. And except for the word ima, both of them have exactly the same structure, don't they? In the first sentence, you heard the te form of the verb for do.
しています。しています。
And in the second sentence, you heard the te form of the verb meaning see.
見ています。見ています。
And so when you want to say that someone is doing something now, the basic parts you'd need are the te form of the verb plus imas. Well, let's go back to the skit and watch the part of it that contains these two sentences once more.
グラウンドでは今、選手が練習をしています。スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。
Were you able to understand a little better what they were saying this time? Then I'd like to say a word about the part that tells the place, marked here by dewa. In Japanese, the explanation of the place where an action is performed is usually indicated by de. Here, however, what is happening on the field is being contrasted with what is happening in the stands. This contrast has been indicated by adding wa after de, giving de wa. Now, let's use the bottom two rows of this panel to practice saying that someone is doing something. All of these sentences will be on the pattern teimasu. First of all, let's describe this situation. In Japanese, the word for television is terebi.
Terebiを見ています。テレビを見ています。
Were you able to say miteimasu right away? Then let's try the next one. Whoever this is, he's reading a newspaper, isn't he? Try explaining that in Japanese.
新聞を読んでいます。新聞を読んでいます。
The word for newspaper is shimbun. Did you remember that? Now, try the next one. Someone is cleaning. How do you say that in Japanese?
掃除をしています。掃除をしています。
To clean is soji o suru in Japanese, remember? This phrase changes form exactly like renshu o suru. So to express the idea that someone is cleaning, all you have to do is change the verb suru to its te form, shite, and add imasu. Soji o shite imasu. Now, let's add the idea of who is doing something. It's easy. Just insert a person's name plus nga in front of the sentences that you have been making so far. Let's go on practicing using this expanded pattern. Here's the first sentence that we'd like you to make. Kaiho-san is watching TV, isn't he? Try saying, Kaiho-san is watching television in Japanese.
海宝さんがテレビを見ています。海宝さんがテレビを見ています。
That wasn't too hard, was it? Let's try the next one. Here, Mine-san is reading the newspaper. How do you say that in Japanese?
ミネさんが新聞を読んでいます。ミネさんが新聞を読んでいます。
And finally, try explaining what is happening here. Can you say in Japanese that Sugihara-san is cleaning?
杉原さんが掃除をしています。杉原さんが掃除をしています。
That's how to say in Japanese that a person is doing something. Now, let's take a look at a section of Tokyo called Harajuku and see what's going on there. Mine-san will supply the narration, and you'll find that he uses nga teimasu in every sentence. This is Harajuku. As you can see, on Sundays and on holidays like this one, it's literally overflowing with teenagers.
若い人たちがダンスをしています。 若い人たちがダンスをしています。
Young people are dancing.
男の人が写真を撮っています。男の人が写真を撮っています。
A man is taking pictures.
子供が遊んでいます。子供が遊んでいます。
A child is playing.
鳥が鳴いています。鳥が鳴いています。
Birds are singing.
電車が走っています。電車が走っています。
A train is running. There were various scenes described there, but what was important was for you to get used to the pattern がています. Now, Sugihara-san will help us do a quick analysis of the first new sentence that we took up earlier today. How is it similar to the sentences that Mine-san just used?
選手が練習をしています。選手が練習をしています。
Now, let's watch this part of the skit once more.
ここは野球場です。グラウンドでは今選手が練習をしています。スタンドでは太郎さんとみどりさんが選手の練習を見ています。
遅いなあ、ヤンさん。
そうね。
ヤンさんはまだ仕事をしています。ヤンさんはまだ仕事をしています。
The first sentence described the scene at the baseball park, and it contained the particle が. Let's compare it with a different sentence from the skit.
ヤンさんは仕事をしています。ヤンさんは仕事をしています。
This time, the sentence is not intended as a description of Jan at his desk working. We've now started to wonder about Jan and why he hasn't come and what he's doing. And this sentence is intended as an explanation about Jan. That is why wa is used here instead of nga. Now, let's practice a little. Can you tell what Kaiho-san, Mine-san, and Sugihara-san are doing? First, what is Kaiho-san doing? He's doing something, but what is it? Use the teimasu form to tell me.
海宝さんはテレビを見ています。海宝さんはテレビを見ています。
Well then, what is Mine-san doing?
ミネさんは新聞を読んでいます。ミネさんは新聞を読んでいます。
And what is Sugihara-san doing?
杉原さんは掃除をしています。杉原さんは掃除をしています。
Now, let's find some more examples of this new verb form in today's skit.
ヤンさんはまだ仕事をしています。
はい、もしもし。はいそうです。
ヤンさん、電話ですよ。
はい、どうも。もしもし、ヤンです。あ、太郎くん。
なんだヤンさん、まだ仕事をしているんですか？
そうなんですよ。今タイプを打っています。
なんだヤンさん、 まだ仕事をしているんですか？
そうなんですよ。今タイプを打っています。
Even though the time when he promised to come had long since passed, Jan still hadn't appeared. Taro called him and asked, "Are you still working?" しているんです is made up of the plain form of しています している plus んです. This combination is often heard in conversation. In response, Jan admitted that Taro was right by saying そうなんですよ and then added the fact that he was typing. The Japanese タイプ打っています means I'm typing. Now, let's go on to another part of the skit.
アイスクリームいかがですか？アイスクリームいかがですか？あ、加藤さん。
君か。何してんだい？
ここでアルバイトをしてるんです。
何してんだい？
ここでアルバイトをしてるんです。
The sort of casual style Taro used to this friend he happened to meet wouldn't be appropriate for most people in most situations. It isn't out of place here because Taro is a man and because he's older than his friend. But we'd better change what he said to an equivalent form that can be used safely by anyone in any situation. This is what we get.
何をしているんですか？
Taro's question means, "What are you doing?" Do you remember the words the younger student used to answer?
ここでアルバイトをしているんです。
Arubaito means a part-time job, so his answer means, "I'm doing a part-time job." Questions in the same form as 何をしているんですか are used when the speaker knows that the person in question is doing something but doesn't know what it is.
"何をしているんですか？
100円玉を探しているんです。
何をしているんですか？
杉原さんの100円玉を探しているんです。ありました。
え、どこにありました？
ここです。
ああ、峰さん。
She was looking for a coin. Kaiho-san knew she was doing something, but he couldn't tell what. So he asked her what she was doing by saying, "何をしているんですか?"